Hey everybody, Cabbage here using his his MacBook microphone. Sorry for the quality, because this is going to be a bit different, and I wanted to do just a quick preamble before we jump in. Got a lot of news for you here, some housekeeping stuff before we get started. What you're about to hear is something we've been trying to get to for about a year, and we're really excited. We're finally doing a role-playing podcast. Currently we're using Monster of the Week as a system, but we may change that in the future. Currently we're really liking it, and we hope you do too, so give it a shot even if you don't love Monster of the Week. Here's how this is all going to work. All three of the first episodes are coming out today, Merry Christmas, under the name WAKtual Play. This first one will set up the scenario, and it'll also introduce our characters. You can skip it, but it's kind of useful to have if you aren't familiar with Monster of the Week. And the second two episodes will be raw gameplay. We're jumping right in. In the future, we're shooting to release like an episode a month on YouTube. Ultimately, scheduling these things is hard, and we do this as a hobby, so it's kind of difficult to find time, so we need to build a bit of a buffer. If you really like where the story's headed, or if you want to support us more directly, we've got an option for that. WAK now has a Patreon where you can get the new content more quickly. It'll be linked below in all of our new WAKtual Play episodes. Now, I want to be clear about something. We don't love the idea of putting our content behind a paywall. And our YouTube and Spotify listeners who don't want to pay will still get the exact same WAKtual Play content as our Patreon subscribers. Completely free. It's just going to come out at slightly a slower pace. If you use any of the webcomic apps, think of it like a fast pass. In addition to the new WAKtual Play episodes coming out more quickly, should get around 3 a month if our pacing looks right, which right now it does. You'll also get to know who our upcoming guests are for WAK and submit questions to them early. You'll also get some of the, quote, cutting room floor content that doesn't make it into the main show, so there's some goodies there as well. We should have it set up so that you don't pay unless episodes go up, and the tier start at the $1.99, which gets you everything I've mentioned already. Like I said, 3 episodes a month, and those are all at $1.99, like they come out in one block, so we're not going to hit you for $6 a month. If you do want to donate more, there's other cool content coming, and the Patreon tiers will get cooler as we scale out some of that content. Ultimately, it's a perk-inspired way of supporting the show. Every dollar we've made so far has gone right back into the podcast in the form of equipment or subscriptions, and we are extremely grateful to our donors that we already have. We'll actually be reaching out to you, whoever you are, to talk about moving you onto the Patreon program as well, just so you get all the new content. Anyway, yeah, we hope you like it. We had a ton of fun recording it. I had a ton of fun making the music for it. And we hope that comes through in the edit. Be sure to let us know what you think about WAKtual Play in the comments. And yeah, enjoy the show. Thank you.
Just outside of Roswell, New Mexico exists a small, economically affordable town called Artesia, New Mexico. Sister Hilda here is driving an ice cream truck over what can be described as the hill, but it's a desert, so there's not a lot going on. The van kind of gently coasts into the main city street, and you find yourselves parked outside of a Hampton Inn and Suites in Artesia. You make your way down to the conference center, where you are supposed to meet with someone named Jim Business about a shooting star festival that they've been holding every year for the last year. The Shooting Star Festival is of particular interest to Berm, because it's kind of rumored that when you wish for stuff, you get it. But it's a real monkey's paw situation. When you wish on this shooting star, you get what you want and exactly what you asked for, which can sometimes be a bit of a problem. The last year this thing went off, several people were injured, or a few people even died from the results of their wishes. And the local police kind of chalked it all up to just, bad luck, things happen, whatever. But Berm has kind of placed some priority on it. Not a lot of priority, but enough to send, its kind of junior squad to check things out. After things went bad on a couple of previous jobs and your crew grew a little bit, they decided to send the 3 of you here to New Mexico to take a look. So you find yourself walking into the basement of this Hampton Inn and Suites, and it is peak hotel conference. You've got your stage up front with all of the vendors and everything. You've got people filling out in and out in kind of bad suits. And as you walk in, the 3 of you, who's taking point on this? Who's kind of the front man? Would it be Hilda?
Oh, I don't know. If we're at a convention.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm
probably
more about conventions.
All
doing
right.
the rounds.
I sure hope it's not me.
Yeah. So we've got Earl in the front, and Earl, as you sort of walk your party around the corner into the main row of booths, you kind of hear a toilet flush, and a man with a sweaty flop walks out, and he walks out of the bathroom, and he's fixing his comb over, and he puts on his big Texas 10-gallon hat, and he goes, "My God, the Ghostbusters in the flesh! It's Jim Business, Jim Business. Nice to meet all of you. My name's Jim Business. You are you Sister Hilda?" And he's looking at you, Earl.
Well, no, that ain't me. My name's Earl.
Earl. They didn't mention an Earl on the sheet. I'll have to add you to the VIP list here. Which one of you is Sister Hilda? They told me I'd expect Sister Hilda. It must be.
Sister Hilda looks down at her, like, nun robes and then back up at the man, and she goes, "That would be me."
Right. Hey, buddy, you got weird eyes. Has anybody ever told you that? And he sort of gestures at Sebastian, and
Yeah, my mom once told me that a long time ago.
we got a voice. So he turns back to Sister Hilda, and he says, "Well, I assume you know why we're all here." And you can tell immediately, by the way, that his accent, his Texas accent, is bad and fake and totally not fitting his 10-gallon hat, if that's not clear. He says, "Well, I sort of placed some calls, and I was hoping somebody would show up. They said they'd send their best men, so I'm assuming that's the three of you. We do this little Shooting Star Festival. We've been really trying to get it off the ground ever since, last year some wishes came true. Most of them bad, if we're honest. But it got a lot of interest, so we want to keep this thing going. So I was hoping you fellas could kind of help us maybe figure out what's going on. Because between you and me, this is all marketing talk anyway. I don't think the wishes are really coming true. I think it's all coincidences, but I thought y'all could really help me settle things."
Sure, we'd be more than happy to help. What can you tell me about the circumstances of this shooting star?
So do something for me. We're actually going to have our first roll here. There is a roll for, read a bad situation?
Yeah.
Or no, there's a roll for investigate a mystery.
They're both the same.
Same.
Okay.
It's sharps, yeah.
So roll plus sharp for me.
Me?
Yeah, you're the one asking the question.
Icky.
That's actually what I'm good at.
Okay, so that's a 7.
No, it's a 6. I have
Yeah.
a -1 sharp.
Oh, okay. So we capped this in the last episode, but just to sort of recap, a 6 or below is a failure. You don't get what you want. Between 7 and 10 is a mixed success. You kind of get what you want, but there maybe is a consequence attached, and a 10 or higher is perfect. So with that, with you investigating the mystery, asking him sort of what to be on the lookout for, he looks a little cagey. Jim Business kind of looks around the room a little bit, and he says, "Listen, between you and me, doing this on a conference floor is maybe not the best idea. What I'll tell you is that everybody believes this shooting star is going to grant their wishes. And last year, a little girl got her cancer cured, and I mean, it sort of set the town ablaze. So, we're trying to keep things on a positive note here. If you could just sort of find the bad things that are happening, and then find a reason for them to be happening that's not the shooting star, that's all I really need you to do." Berm really doesn't need to get involved, but the local PD thought, we might want to forward it up the chain, and somehow we get you guys. So, Berm it is, I guess. I've never heard of you guys, but you do your thing. I know you'll do a good job.
All right, well, we'll handle it. Thank you so much.
Is he lying to me?
He is not telling the whole truth, but you don't quite know what it is yet.
Sure.
You do get the vibe that he's keeping a lot of info from you. But that's all we'll say here. So I introduced myself, Jim Business. You said Sister Hilda, and you were, sir, I don't quite remember.
Oh, me?
No, yeah.
Yeah, my name's Earl Gentry. I'm a pig farmer by day.
I think I knew some Gentrys back in high school. Anyway, and you, sir, with the fantastic accent.
The name's Sebastian, son.
Sebastian, yeah, okay. Listen, why don't you guys just sort of schmooze around a little bit? We're all going to gather tonight on the top of the parking garage, and we're going to watch the shooting star. And I figure that'll sort of put everybody's minds to ease. But you guys mingle for a little bit, and if you find anything weird, come to me and let me know.
Yeah, how are we going to get a hold of you then?
Well, I got a beeper. And he gives you his beeper number on a folded sticky note, and a couple quarters to use for a payphone, because it's the 80s, and that's how this works.
Fuck yeah.
So he gives you his beeper number.
What there's that, mister?
It's a beeper. You ever heard of a beeper? I'm an important man. I'm Jim Business, as you probably know by now, and I got people calling me all the time trying to get. I got a beep right now. Oh my God. Business deal. I got to take that. Any other questions before I go?
Do you know how that beeper works?
All right, Jim Business sort of rounds the corner and walks away. And
How does a beeper work?
I'll leave that to Sister Hilda to explain, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I
He's
know.
my connection for all mortal things.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Oh, well, I hadn't rightly experienced a beeper yet.
Well, I know how it works, but I'm sure that Earl will tell you that it's going to give your bones cancer or something. So let's just move on. Earl, can you help me maybe gauge the room? I'm not too familiar with conventions and the like.
Oh, sure. Give me just a minute and I'll go pick up some,
Brochures.
yeah, I'll make the rounds.
Okay, so with that, I'll tell you, in this convention hall is basically all the stuff you would expect to find. There are different booths with, 1 or 2 people manning each booth.
Is there an aliens booth?
There are so fucking many aliens booths.
I've probably
buck
gotten
wild.
distracted by the time I find a UFO or an alien type thing.
Yeah, I will tell you, it almost looks like the inside of a Spencer's Gifts in the 90s where there's those inflatable
my
aliens
fuck,
on
yes.
every booth.
Yeah.
And just basically everywhere you go, people are selling like VHS tapes of, the most popular alien abduction videos and, all the little Tic Tacs in the sky. That, like they have footage of that grainy handycam
Hey,
footage.
any of you got the WOW signal? From Jerry Amen.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you find the WOW signal is the one that was found under the ocean, right?
No. That was the bloop. This is
The blue.
Well, so
Oh, this
there
is
was
the
a
one
strong,
the satellite picked up,
yeah,
right?
yeah. The Big Ear Telescope from Ohio State University.
Yeah, fantastic. So there are several booths. We're going to say there's like 5 rows, and on like the 4th row, you find a couple of booths selling audio, like VHS tapes of the WOW recording, and they also have like different worksheets that you can go through to try to analyze what that WOW signal actually means.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
And
I'm
at that booth, there's 2
all
men.
over that.
Yeah, there's 2 men dressed in a kind of like the NASA outfit of the time, which is the short sleeve dress shirt with the long skinny tie. So they're trying to look official, but you can tell at a glance they are fucking nuts. And they sort of approach you in the alleyway. They say, "Sir, have you heard of the WOW signal? Do you know anything about this?"
Oh, who hasn't heard of the WOW signal around here?
So they say, "Oh, that's fantastic. Have you tried to dissect that signal yet? Because we've been running a whole signal dissection program, and we're trying to sort of, crowdsource the work a little bit, figure out what that signal means."
My Meemaw's real good at crosswords, so I bet we can probably figure that one right out.
Oh, fantastic! And he slides a clipboard towards you. And he's like, if you could just write your mama's name down here for us, we'd be happy to send you all the info and get you started.
All right, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, and it's just 6 easy payments in $19.99. And he turns towards another person walking by, and another man approaches you and says, "So you're interested in the WOW program, huh? Wow, wow, right? That's almost our slogan. We don't get a lot of folks that are really interested in helping us do the hard work of decoding this signal. What are your credentials? Just if you don't mind me asking."
Well, I just kind of put things together that other people aren't really looking at.
Like give me an example.
Oh, well, let me think about it real quick here.
Fair enough.
Well,
Mr. Gentry,
yeah.
this fuck right here, are we supposed to be liking him,
I take offense to that.
or is he the enemy?
I'm not your enemy, sir.
You don't work
trying
for
to
the
decode
government, do you?
alien signal. Well, we do receive some government grants.
Oh, I can't talk to you no
Wait,
more.
no, sir, please come back.
I
And-
start walking way off from this man.
That's what I thought. You dumb fuck. He was one of the ones you've been talking about.
Yeah, he's probably one of them government agents.
So, someone roll, and I don't care who, not you because you've rolled terribly. One of you two roll read a bad situation for me.
Oh, that's probably me. Oh, shit, where'd you go? No! I lost a die again. Read a bad situation. Okay. Well, that ain't good. Can we go with my minimum 4 here?
Is that a minimum?
That's my minimum.
So actually, this is another mechanic we didn't discuss on the pre-episode. You can use your luck to change a
Oh,
roll
yeah,
to a
that's
perfect
right.
success. Now, I will tell you, luck is a limited resource,
Yeah.
and once you run out of your luck, bad things start happening. So I don't know that you blow it this early, but if you want to make that a perfect roll, you can spend a luck.
Fuck it. We're
All
doing
right.
it. I lost everything in between our break.
So your lucky roll changes
How'd
that
you lose
to
your pen?
We don't ask questions like that.
Just keep it. I got another one.
Yeah, there. You get a 20 pack for $10. Actually, I don't know how much pencils are. That says a lot about me. Anyway, so using you get lucky, and you get so lucky, in fact, that you hear exactly where it's at. 4 aisles over, one booth down. You hear a commotion start. And at first, it kind of just sounds like a demonstration gone a little bit awry. Mm-hmm. You kind of hear a pop. But I think Earl hears it really well, and he says, "You some bitches owe me a daughter!" And there is a whole chaos coming from that side that is slowly starting to spread towards you. Do you guys want to investigate that, or do you want to clear the fuck out?
Did you say owe him a daughter?
A daughter.
Oh, well, that just sounds like I need to go mosey on over there.
Mr. Gentry, is it normal for human beings to owe another human being a child? In our culture, we did not do child sacrifices.
Oh, I don't believe he's talking about a sacrifice, really. Well, I mean, depending upon who you marry off to, it kind of is a sacrifice, but...
That was more of one of your folks' thing back in the days, that I recall.
Listen, I believe that this is in reference to what we heard earlier about someone cured of cancer and then wishes gone awry. If we can put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, I think that's probably right.
All right, so you guys are approaching the situation?
Yeah.
Okay, as you
Young
round
man
the corner...
I took over wasn't good at math, young lady.
As you round the corner, you see a pretty crazed-looking man in a beat-up coat, just like a work coat, like a Carhartt kind of thing. And he's holding the gun above his head. But because of how good your roll was, and I think partially because of your background, Earl, that's a starter pistol and not a real pistol. You can just sort of tell by the pop and how hollow it was and that kind of thing.
Listen here, you trying to start a horse race over here, mister?
These people and their stupid shooting star, we showed up last year because they made all of these promises, and my daughter wished for one thing. She just wanted to be cancer-free. She wanted to be normal like all the other kids, and now she's fucking gone. And the guy is completely beside himself. He is in tears, shaking, gun above his head, but not any kind of commitment, just trying to make a scene.
Excuse me, sir. You're clearly going through some things. Can I pray over you?
And he he visibly is like, if his gun had real bullets, he would have pointed it at you, but he knows it doesn't too. And he says, listen, all I know is she was fine. It went away the next day. Everybody was happy, and now she's gone.
She didn't just pack up and leave there, buddy?
No, she's dead.
So,
do you know she's dead?
Yes.
How long was it that she lived after this miracle?
Well, it was a year ago today that she made her wish, so we're going to say a year.
That's your standard contract right there, 1 year.
Contract? We didn't sign anything. This is a convention. We came to this janky hotel. We came to the lobby. There was a convention happening. We thought it was all UFOs, and then we went to the fucking parking garage and made a wish.
Now, most contracts, magical or otherwise, 1 year, 1 year, me boyo, and then you're stuck. You're fucked. We're all fucked. That's why I don't sign contracts. Earl taught me that.
Yeah, you don't want to sign anything and put your name on nothing. That's how you get yourselves in trouble.
As you're litigating these contracts, the police undoubtedly make their way to the basement, and they're starting to sort of clear out the scene. And a man walks up to the three of you and says, "Are you with him?"
Oh, the crazed man with the popper. Oh, fuck no.
And they sort of try to make some space between you and him. They start.
I don't even let them.
Trying to go through. They got handcuffs out. You don't let them?
No, I'd just be like, listen, I know that there was a incident that happened, but this man's clearly sick, and I think we're going to go take him out, make sure he's not going to cause any more trouble, sir, officer.
Yes, let us speak to him. Let's get him some fresh air. And, the Lord works in mysterious ways. Please, just let us talk to him.
Listen, we got to take this guy in. This is a small town business. Take him to jail. You can come pick him up there. I don't... Who are you, even?
Oh, my name's Earl Gentry. I'm a pig farmer.
She leans in and opens, her chasuble and pulls out the little card, or the badge, and goes, "We're going to talk to him. Thank you."
And the cop stares at your badge for a second, and then he calls calls a buddy over and has him also look at your badge. And then he calls a buddy over, and there's now 3 cops staring at your badge. And eventually they just decide
I don't see the badge. I was like,
yeah.
it is just rude to stare at things like that. Officers, I think you guys need to go ahead and, use your manners and go ahead and back out to your car, please.
Yeah. They say, listen, I don't know what the fuck Burm is. Don't really care. You need to get him out of here. And if this man's back in this hotel, we will arrest all 4 of you just on principle alone. You need to...
Understood. Thank you, officer.
Okay. Where do you take the man to? Because you are now having to leave the building.
To the truck, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a conversation on the way back.
Come here, Mr. Deranged Man, straight into our ice cream truck.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going straight into the monster cage or nothing. He's just sitting with us.
Maybe he has low blood sugar.
This little bunch of
We have a conversation on the way back about that thing that you told me about how you're supposed to treat ladies nowadays, because back in the day, yeah, we hit them around or something like that. They get a little bit crazy, and, sometimes you get a little bit crazy and you get hit around too, and you got to say, well, fuck it. I mean, I hit her around, she hit me around. That's the way that works.
Yeah. We can't really do that kind of stuff no more around.
That's wrong now.
Yeah, it's wrong now.
And staring at her tits also out.
It's out. Straight
Right,
out.
Oh,
right
fuck
out.
me.
You hear a divine voice that says, right out. So you take the man back to your van, I suppose. You're kind of uninterrupted, though you do see some familiar faces. You see the short sleeve, short tie guys. You see Jim Business sort of, in a payphone, not paying attention. But you make your way out to the van mostly uninterrupted. People are kind of staring daggers at you and the dude, because why wouldn't they? As you get to the car, the guy says, listen, I'm sorry, I don't know what came over me. I've never done anything like this. I've never bought a gun. Listen,
Oh, that's obvious.
my
You
name's-
bought yourself a signal gun there, buddy.
You knew that?
Oh, yeah.
You can just tell?
Yeah.
Well-
Do you know how many Kentucky Derbies I've been to?
Not even a little bit.
Yeah.
My name's John.
Nice to meet you. My name's Earl.
Earl, fantastic. Can I ask where we're going? Because he sees that he's approaching an ice cream truck.
Oh,
and he's
yeah,
a little-
sorry. It looks a little bad, and I understand that.
It looks
but
Earl, I'm going to be honest with you. It looks a lot bad.
No. Hey, John, listen to me, boyo. We're going to get it painted. We're going to get it. But I know right now there's still Mickey Mouse on the side. We're going to get it painted. Working on it. Learning about paint.
We're a charitable group,
Organization.
and so we
Yeah, those cops seem
prefer-
to be cool with it.
We prefer to spend our money more on our actions rather than the appearance of our beloved and rugged ice cream truck.
Roll manipulate someone for me real quick. Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
I
that's,
got. Well, okay.
that's a 9. That counts.
9, yeah.
So John turns to you, and he's kind of resigned that he's getting in this ice cream truck. I think he's understood that he's had a bad enough day, and he just got away with firing a gun in a hotel, a not real gun, but still, he got away with a lot. So he's gonna get in the ice cream truck. But as he's getting in, he's like, man, I've never been inside of one of these. You guys got screwballs in here?
Oh, well, you see.
It's like a little cone with the bubble gum at the bottom that's
No,
brick hard.
yeah,
I
those
broke
are-
2 of my teeth as a kid on those.
Yeah, I loved those things as a kid, too. I was a really big fan of the push pops, though, with the Flintstones on.
Listen, I'll settle for a push pop.
But the problem is our freezer, it's kind of gone on the fritz. It's part of what we're getting fixed soon.
Okay. And he gets in the van with you. As you're getting into the van, and as John is sort of getting settled, this is an ice cream truck, so you don't really have seats. Like, you have a passenger and a driver's seat, and then you guys are just sort of sitting on the bunks in the back, I guess?
I'm sitting on the cooler.
Oh, no, I was meaning not really getting in, per se, but like just leaning on the truck talking, basically.
Okay. As you're doing that, Jim Business approaches the truck, and we're going to say that John has already gotten in. Not that it matters a whole lot, but Jim Business, follows you up, and he's like, hey, what the hell just happened back there? My whole conference hall cleared out. You know how much revenue I'm losing while people aren't in the conference hall?
No.
Oh, yeah, it's probably roughly about 2K every hour or so.
Man, you know everything. You're exactly right. But also, I mean, why don't you care? What just happened?
Oh, well, this fella here apparently made a deal with the Star last year, and his daughter's dead now.
Jim Business rolls his eyes, and he's like, everybody wants to blame the star. When things go bad, daughter has cancer and she dies. No surprise, but everybody wants to blame the star. Listen, I don't care. It's probably fine. Can you guys be back tonight to sort of, I don't want to say police the parking garage, but can you kind of just keep your eyes out? Can I trust you guys to be back in time?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I stay in the present. I don't really try to do this time travel stuff.
He kind of just stares at you because you've been, up to this point, you've been both like wise and knowing everything and also dumb as hell, so he doesn't know what to make of you. So he kind of just rolls his eyes and checks his beeper and walks off again. I think that's how he's going to make his scene exit every time, is checking a beeper and walking away.
That's perfect.
I love it. So, okay, you've got John in your car. You want to ask him anything? You want to do anything with John? What's the deal here? What's the plan?
So, Mr. Oh, what was your father's name again?
My father's name? My father's name was John also. I'm John the Second.
No. It's
Your
fuck, what do you call
family
it?
name.
Oh. Man, I haven't thought of a last name.
John.
John,
Jingleheimer Smith?
I want to say John Business, but I've got the one business. We'll call him John. Hold on. John Lewis. He says, "My name's John Lewis."
The Lou. I knew some McLeods back in the day. You say your daughter passed. Sorry to hear about that, lad, but what? She makes this wish. Does she die today? Does she die yesterday? Is it today's day? The star's supposed to be coming back, right? So, tell me a little bit more about what's going on here.
I mean, we weren't even supposed to be here. We live like one town over. Honestly, we were just here for treatment, and we were staying in the hotel because it's got a pool, and we thought that would be nice. And we hear all this commotion, and of course she wants to check it out, so we come down, and yeah, I mean, it's just this, and I guess it was their first one last year, but they were talking about this shooting star that grants wishes, and the townsfolk, I'd seen it from the papers, it shows up when you buy your kindling and everything, they give the old newspapers, and they said the star grants wishes, and she just really wanted to go, so we went to the top of the parking garage, and we made our wish, and then we sort of just thought nothing would happen. And I mean, I'll be damned if a day later she didn't start going into remission. She woke up early. She ate really well. We took her for her follow-up treatment a few weeks later, and they said that the tumor had shrunk and was basically gone. And she passed this morning. So it was exactly a year to the day.
Like I said, it's your standard magical contract right there.
Magical what? I weld for a living. What do you mean magic?
Oh, you a MIG welder or a TIG welder?
The one that's most appropriate to answer the question, because I don't know
remember.
welding. Okay.
Tell us about the terms of your wish.
My wish, it was her wish. She wished that she would be well again. And she was. I mean, she was fine. I thought she was fine. I may have made a wish, but I don't even remember what it was. Like, you know what it was? My papa had a project car. He named it. It's dumb now, but it was an old Lincoln. He called it Angela, and he always wanted to get that thing running, and I could never get it. I've spent some time on it, but never could. In fact, Angela's still sitting in the garage. It's not running. But he wanted the car fixed. So I kind of wished for it for him on his behalf. I didn't get my wish, but she got hers.
Did you wish differently?
I mean, it's been a year. I think I just said, I wish Angela would come back or something like that. I don't remember how I phrased it, but I just remember, what I wanted was the car to work again. I don't know exactly how I phrased it.
Is the car named after anyone?
No, I don't think so. Old men, they name their cars, they name their boats, they name their motorcycles. I mean, I'm sure he's got a dishwasher named Deborah, and that's just a GE dishwasher that's under his sink. Well, was under his sink. He's dead now. And John kind of looks around and he's like, listen, can you guys take me home?
Yeah, I think we can probably do that for you, sir.
It's the least we could do.
How far away is your home?
Hold on. I have a list of New Mexico cities that we're gonna, because it's like Roswell and then Artesia and then breaching out from that. Carlsbad, New Mexico. So we'll say it's like, oh God, I'm gonna get grilled by people who actually live there if it's really far. You know what? No, we're not gonna name a town. It's like on the outskirts of this city. Like he lives in a little
So he's
suburb.
like 20, 30 minutes away or something like that.
Exactly. It's 20, 30 minutes drive.
Buy ice cream truck.
Well,
By ice cream truck specifically. If it was in any other car, it would be so much faster.
Can we go on the interstate?
Sister Hilda, would you mind maybe taking this man home and me and Sebastian maybe, rub elbows a little bit at this convention some more?
Absolutely.
Oh, perfect. Let's split the party.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I cannot keep
All
a
right.
party together.
Okay. No, we can do this. This is actually going to work super cool, I think. So you hop in the van with John and take him home. You guys are going to go schmooze at the...
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Evens odds. We'll start with Sister Hilda and your sort of trip. So I'm going to shut you two out for a second.
Yeah, no problem.
So Sister Hilda, you are riding in the car with John, and it's pretty uneventful. You pass, like the old-timey McDonald's. And John's just kind of talking to you. He's like, I am so sorry. I have no clue what I did.
I understand you're going through such a tough time right now.
He says, turn here, and he keeps talking. He's like, listen, I don't believe in shooting stars, and honestly, it's probably just a big coincidence that any of this happened at all, but it just feels bad because, at first it was a small town thing, people would come and they would just sort of gather wherever in their homes, and then they made it this sort of corporate event, and now you got this sort of businessman overseeing everything, and he's making money off of it, and it just feels bad because it's giving people hope, and it's not necessarily a good thing. You know what I mean?
I understand. It's this commercialism preying off of your beliefs and...
Merry Christmas, everyone. So you sort of have this conversation going back and forth. It feels bad, blah, 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 blah. You're around the corner to John's house, and you pull up, and John says, hey, what? Hey, pull up just a little bit. And
She does so.
yeah, and as you get closer, you can see that the garage door is actually open. And he says, Angela's not here. My papaw's car is not here.
Did they maybe tow it?
Oh, fuck. Hold on. Let me run in for just a minute. And John runs in, and he's in there for 3 or 4 minutes, and he runs back out to you, and he says, listen, I called my wife's work. I called my children's daycare. My wife took the car. I took a bus. Probably traveling with a gun on a bus, not such a good idea. I took a bus. My kids at daycare, I don't know where that car is. Somebody stole my car? But it's not run for 20 years. And he starts going through, and you can see like the marks from where the tires were there, and clearly like this car, however it got out, left some marks. Like it was not clever, or it was not super graceful. Like there's scratches of red paint on the walls of the garage and everything else. We're gonna cut to you. You guys are schmoozing at the conference. What are you looking for?
Kind of low key. Anyone else like here for the star kind of deal? Like specifically for the star.
And Sebastian is looking for two things. One, he wants to find people that wished for stuff last year. And he's specifically wanting to find people that either got what they wished for, or more importantly, didn't get what they wished for, and get the exact wording that they used for their wish.
Okay, we'll start with Sebastian then, because your thing is going to be super easy.
Yeah.
All through this room, there are TVs and projection screens kind of showing a video loop. And it's people who claimed they got their wish.
Okay.
It is, you watch through, and there's one woman, and it's got her name at the bottom, and her name's Kathy, and, she wished to win the lottery. And she won $24 million in the New Mexico state lottery. And then you've got another man named James, and he wanted to become a professional race car driver, and sure enough, then it's him and his car with all his sponsor stamps and everything else. And you keep seeing these people roll. What are the rolls again? I just want to roll to see if you would know something from like passing like pop culture or history or anything else. So that would be.
I would say either act under pressure,
I was going to say
investigate a
cool
mystery,
or sharp roll, basically, depending upon how you want to look at it.
Roll investigate a mystery for me.
Okay. That'd
Yeah,
be a 10.
yeah, all right.
So yeah, you recognize a few names in this list of people who are now dead or missing or otherwise. The race car driver being the one that sort of sticks out to you the most because he was set to win the Talladega 500 and crashed into the wall, not unlike Dale Earnhardt, who I'm drawing a little inspiration from here, right? So you start recognizing these names, and they of course don't announce it on the video screen, but they're just showing the names and the successes and not necessarily what happens after. But you're picking up that some of these people have gotten their wish or have somehow or another wished for something and then had some monkey's paw situations happen.
Am I able to find anybody that didn't get their wish?
There's a few people that you can tell haven't gotten their exactly what they wished for. But you got to think this is a pretty marketing focused loop. So these are all good stories. So somebody wished for a pool or something like that, and they got one, but then it's been bad weather for most of the time or something like that. So they mention that, but they also did get what they wanted.
So Sebastian's trying to draw a correlation here. Mm-hmm. Is there anyone else, either at the conference or on this video, that wished for something for someone else? Because it seems like everybody that got their wish, so far as he can tell so far, was wishing for something directly for them, and the only person that he's talked to that didn't get it was wishing for something for someone else, was wishing that his dad's car was...
Yeah, fair enough. With a 10, I'll give you this. You can hear, and you remember, too, from going through the lobby, there's a lot of people who are kind of protesting this event. When I say a lot, I mean like some local townsfolk, like 10 or 15 people.
Sure, yeah.
And, you remember hearing some of them say things like, oh, I wished for a raise at my job and I didn't get it. And, other folks like that, or I wished for... you remember some people wishing for things like, I wished for my, my papa to get out of prison or whatever, and I didn't get that either, and, all of these different things. So you do remember some things like that, but by and large, it's people being kind of selfish, wishing for something for themselves and getting it, but not necessarily in the way that they had wanted.
That's fair.
I keep wanting to say Teflon, but different podcast. Earl, what was it that you said you were looking for again?
I guess... people who have come here looking to make the wish, basically.
Oh, easy peasy. So there is almost a, like, they call him like the Star King or something. It's they're trying to get a new Santa Claus off the ground. And so it's very much like, what do you wish for, little girl? And he's got a little booth and you're getting pictures taken with the Star King. And you can actually hear people making wishes to the Star King. And so you hear people saying like, I want a new dolly and, things like that. You also roll investigate a mystery for me, real quick, because I want to see if you get anything juicy out of it or if it's just kind of generic.
9, 10, 11.
Oh, fuck, yeah. So, yeah, you hear, as you're sort of, filtering through and watching people get their picture taken, you hear an old man say, well, I know what I'm going to wish for tonight. And Star King, I know this is weird because I'm a grown man, but golly, I need a break here. And he says, I just wish... golly, I need a break, Star King. I just wish that, I would get promoted. Maybe be able to move my family out a little bit further west. Maybe there's some better jobs, something like that. Star King, I know. I'm not praying to you because you're a man in a suit, but I know what I'm wishing for tonight. I just got to tell somebody I'm so excited. And so you hear the man kind of, again, not necessarily a selfish wish, but wishing for something for himself. And you definitely overhear that. You can approach that man if you want to and talk to him.
Yeah, I was going to approach him.
Yeah, okay. How does this go? How do you approach?
I just kind of, I let him, come out of the crowd or whatever you want to call it, the little fenced-in area that I'm sure he's kind of, the Star King's in. And I come up, Well,
Star Queen.
howdy, partner. My name's Earl Gentry, and I'm with the Daily Enquirer, and we're just doing some news writings about people making wishes, and I felt like your wish was just a really feel-good kind of wish, and I'd just like to hear more about it.
The Daily Enquirer. God, are y'all going to print this? My daughter would lose her mind.
Oh.
I'll even sign it for her. Yeah. My name's Kirk.
I look around real fast to see if anyone's got like a pad of paper near them or something that I can just grab.
Yeah, we'll say your investigative mystery can kind of carry through.
Yeah.
There's a booth with like pens and pads, and you steal one, and it's got like an alien head on it that's like visit
perfect.
historic Roswell. Yeah, you get it. And I also think he doesn't notice this. Like he's so taken with the fact that he might be in the papers that he's not noticed your ruse at all. And he says, "Listen, I've been working over in Roswell, and if you're not with the government, the jobs aren't exactly great. I run a gas station.
Damn government fucking... Sorry.
Tell me about it, though, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I've never been able to get in with the government because there's no good colleges, so I manage a gas station, and it's an Exxon station, and they're talking about expanding a little bit, into California, and I feel like if I can get the promotion and maybe get to California, maybe I can like get my daughter into a better school, and then maybe we can sort of turn things around in California. But I don't got much of a way out of this town, so I mean it seems small, but God, I gotta get a break somewhere, right?
I got you. Totally understand. Now, I'm new around here, as you may infer. Now, is there some kind of procedure that you guys do around here to make a wish?
Oh man, it's coming up soon. You're gonna love it. So we go to the parking garage, and there's a big ceremony. The business guy, Jim Business, probably, he does a little like ribbon cutting ceremony, and we all walk onto the parking garage. And then, we watch the shooting star, and we make our wish. And then some people try to go find where the star landed, but I think it's just one of those, like Halley's Comet, it comes by. But it's every year, so I don't think it actually hits the ground, if that's what you're asking.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, we all go out, and then, as the shooting star goes by, we all say our wish into the sky, just kind of to nobody in particular. The Star King, I guess, right? I mean,
yeah. Well, I hope you have a good fortune there. And what was your name again?
Kirk, last name.
Kirk. All right.
Because I can't think of one.
Jim Kirk, is that correct?
Sure. All of the J names.
Or James Kirk.
James Kirk, Kirk Cameron, Kirk Cousins.
Oh, that's what it was.
Oh yeah, it's a young Kirk Cousins. Wait, who does he play for?
I don't know. I was trying to go with Shatner from Star Trek with James Kirk.
Yeah.
But he wasn't alive in 85.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been. Okay. Just Kirk. You can just put me down as Kirk. Hey, when's this going to print, by the way?
Oh, well, so turnaround time on these special pieces are about 2 months. I know it's a long time sounding, but it's the special cases in it.
Bizarrely long turnaround time.
Well, they got to send us out here, and then we kind of get some stories on the way back because they have us go by train, and they don't really make a whole lot of money. It's not like it's a Washington Post or something.
Does Washington Post exist at this time? Yeah. Okay. Man, I'll be on the lookout for it. Yeah, I mean, every time I'm in the grocery store, I grab one of those and a Guns Weekly, man, I tell you.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to cut back to Sister Hilda.
Perfect.
I keep wanting to say Sister Christian, and it is killing me.
Hilda.
Your time has come.
Yeah, exactly. So Sister Hilda, John is in a full meltdown because his car has been, as far as you know, stolen. And he's like... I can't go to the police, right? They just let me off the hook. They're not. Can you help me look for my car?
I can help you look. Maybe if we take the phone book and call around town, we can see if anyone has spotted the car.
Interesting. Yeah, you can do that. We're going to treat it as acting under pressure because I don't think this is investigating a mystery. You're just using the phone book. But I want to see if you stumble across anything. So we're going to say you start thumbing through the phone book and calling people, and do you find anything?
Rusty's Wrecker Service.
+3. 7.
Oh, you got a +3 to act under pressure?
Yeah,
Good God.
that's my unfazable.
All right, yeah. So that with a 7, then with your 4 turned into a 7. That is a mixed success. So you call around, and I think, like Earl just said, you call like a local wrecker service, just to see if anybody's impounded this car. And the guy on the phone recognizes the car, but he doesn't remember towing. And he's like, I think I saw that car today, but God, I don't think.
Do you know around where maybe you saw this vehicle?
You know the Hampton Inn and Suites, that parking garage right around there? I swear I saw it driving in.
Interesting. Thank you. Did you see maybe who was driving it?
You know, I don't got much of a memory for faces. I couldn't tell you if it was a man or woman, to be honest with you. Hey, are you with the police?
Oh no, I'm just helping out my friend.
He hangs up. Okay. You didn't sell that at all. He's like, I don't talk to cops. So yeah, all signs are kind of pointing back to this parking garage, and it's starting to become nightfall. So I think this is where you guys will meet back up, both because you're at the conference and that's where they're going to funnel everybody to, and you because tracking down this car.
All right, John, I'm going to track down this car for you. I have your phone number in this handy dandy phone book here, and
you do what everybody did in the 80s and you tear the page out of the phone book.
No, I'm taking the whole phone book.
Oh God, okay.
So I'll just call you when you find the car, because I don't think right now it would be best if you went back onto the hotel premises.
Yeah, they did say they would arrest me pretty much immediately.
Right, and I will find Angela for you. Don't you worry. But good news, we heard that the car was driving. Interesting little factoid.
I was working on it the other day, but I couldn't get it to start. Listen, if you find the car, I'll be happy. So, yeah, you do what you got to do.
All right, well, I'm just going to go that way.
All right. Hey, everyone. Thanks for listening. If you liked what you heard, be sure to subscribe to our podcast on YouTube or Spotify to get notified about new episodes. And make sure to follow us on Facebook for announcements and more.